Breaking news coming out of the Southern Caribbean. Russia has joined the war in the Caribbean to support Venezuela against the United States of America. Yes, the Russian military mercenary group Wagner has arrived in Venezuela. The plane touched down in Venezuela on Sunday after making a 2-day journey across Africa, across the Atlantic, down to Venezuela. The Russian plane took this route to avoid Western airspace. Now, the cargo plane, capable of carrying over 50 tons of military equipment and 200 military personnel, has landed in Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela. Now, my friends, this war is getting serious because wherever the Russians are and wherever the United States of America military is, and there's a clash, that war will drag on for years. We saw what happened in Syria. The US was fighting against Syria, arming groups to overthrow Assad, the President Assad. But the Russian Wagner group stepped in, and that war lasted years, my friends. The Russian Wagner group is operating in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and several other African countries. This is why the Western powers such as France cannot send any military in that area because they don't want any clash with the Russians. Wherever the Russians are, it is serious business, my friends. Russia is a superpower, a nuclear superpower. So this war is in the Caribbean. The United States of America would have sent up to 12 warships to the Caribbean region, the Southern Caribbean, and a number up to 10,000 Marines in a massive military buildup which started a few months ago. So far, the United States would have shut down, blow up to about 8 boats, killing around 40 persons. Trinidad and Tobago has pledged its support for the United States, whereas the US is trying to use Grenada to place their military radars in order to track what is happening in the region, because Venezuela is very close to Grenada and Trinidad. So Grenada and Trinidad are in a perfect position for the US to fight Venezuela. Antigua and Barbuda would have denied the US access to its island to fight against Venezuela. Now the Caribbean is becoming divided because of this, because Trinidad and Tobago has said it is no longer interested in forming relations with CARICOM. It is now looking outside of CARICOM because CARICOM will not support the war that the United States of America want to carry out against Venezuela. Trinidad has pledged its support, and just a few days ago, a fighter ship, a destroyer, they call it, arrived in the waters, a U.S. destroyer arrived in the waters of Trinidad and Tobago. It lasted several days and they did military exercises there. Venezuela came out and condemned this and has since cut ties, its energy ties, gas and oil partnership with Trinidad and Tobago, and named the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad-Bissassa, as persona non grata, which means she is not welcomed to Venezuela. Now, the Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissassa of Trinidad and Tobago, has said that she don't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to go to Venezuela anyway. And she is tired of CARICOM and the nonsense. She is now looking outside of CARICOM to form relations with new partners. So the question is now being raised, is Trinidad and Tobago planning to leave CARICOM? Just yesterday I did a video about that. Make sure to check it out. My friends, this is the intention of the United States of America, to divide CARICOM so that it can have its partners in the region and it can keep the region divided. Divide and conquer strategy, you call it. But this war has escalated to an all-time high, and this is why the Russian military mercenary group has sent a military plane carrying cargo of up to 50 tons and military personnel of up to 200 persons to Venezuela to protect Venezuela against the United States of America, who is planning to invade any day now. Any day the United States can invade Venezuela. CARICOM has called for the Caribbean to remain a zone of peace. That is what we want, a zone of peace. Caribbean has always been a peaceful place. So the CARICOM leaders has condemned the United States of America aggression in the region by sending all these military warships down to the waters of the Caribbean. You know, the Caribbean is only used to seeing cruise ships and tourism, planes flying tourists to visit the Caribbean. Caribbean is not known for war. So this is very strange for us here in the Caribbean at this time. But my friends, I want you to comment your thoughts and opinion and let me know what you think about this video. If you're watching for the first time on this channel, I react to breaking news that affect the African continent and the Caribbean region, which is the largest African diaspora outside of Africa. You can join the channel and become a channel member by clicking the link in this description box and sign up to become a member of my channel. The mission of this channel is to bridge the gap between our homeland, Mother Africa, and the Caribbean. We are making great strides. On December 21st, there will be a direct flight coming from Nigeria via Ghana all the way to Antigua and Barbuda, then Jamaica, then Trinidad and Tobago, then Barbados. So we're making great strides in bridging the gap, my friends. Our thoughts goes out to Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa just passed in Jamaica, causing significant damage. And unfortunately, just yesterday I said no lives were lost as yet. Just a few hours ago I heard up to 6 dead persons were found dead, and the death toll may rise as the rescue services continue to search the area Some areas are totally covered in water. St. James massively damaged, and other areas in Jamaica. But my friends, it could have been much worse. Could have been much worse. And I am told Jamaica has some kind of insurance of up to 150 million, and that will be dispersed immediately for rebuilding. So that's the only hurricane of the season so far, which would have caused damage to any Caribbean nation. So let us pledge our support to Jamaica, whatever we can send to Jamaica. CARICOM is made up of a lot of independent countries. If we come together, we can send some packages, food, water, whatever you name it, to Jamaica. And this will go a long way in supporting our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. Clothes, whatever you want to send, clothes, food, essential items, anything. I'm sure the people of Jamaica would be very grateful for whatever we can send as a CARICOM region to Jamaica. We have to help each other and support each other. In other news, in Africa, there's massive protests going on. We had an election, I think, yesterday in Tanzania. The president of Tanzania was elected again after reports that opposition members were arrested, and it was voter suppression there, and the young people are out in their numbers ever since, and it has been chaos in the streets, lots of damaged buildings burnt down, and there's massive protests going on in Cameroon as well, where the 92-year-old leader that has been leading for about 40 something years has been declared the winner, and massive protests again in Cameroon. I am told a lot of Kenyans would have crossed the border, and they are heading to Tanzania to join the protests in Tanzania. You know, the president in Tanzania right now, she was appointed after the former president Magufuli died in office. It was strange. Some said he was poisoned by the Western powers because he just died suddenly. No illness, nothing. He was just passed away. And the people were extremely sad, lots of crying, because everybody loved Magufuli. The young people in Tanzania, they love him. You can see them crying in the streets. They said he was such a great president. Tanzania was the only country, I think, remained open during COVID. And maybe that's why he was assassinated by maybe Western powers. Who knows? But Tanzania, the President Magufuli said he is not participating in any COVID and any lockdown or anything like that. So his country was remained open, and he was building his countryman. But he died, so his vice president was appointed. So she ran for the first time, but a lot of reports of voter suppression and opposition leaders being arrested. So the people would have said this is not a fair election, man. So they're protesting now. So we'll continue to follow that news. But let me know what you think about this topic of the Russian mercenaries, Wagner group, Wagner, which is a part of the Russian military that countries hire to protect them from hostile interference, has landed in Venezuela. Let me know what you think about this. I also have a travel channel. The link is in this description box, Beyond Travel. Click the link and go on over and subscribe to my travel channel, Beyond Travel, where I do travel vlogs about the Caribbean and lifestyle there. Thank you for watching today's video. My name is Beyond. This is Beyond Uncut. And my friends, I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Comment your thoughts and opinion before I go. I want you to comment your thoughts and opinion and let me know what you think about this topic or any other topic that we spoke about today. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe to my channel today, Beyond Uncut, and like the video, share it with all your friends and family. And most importantly, thank you for watching today's video. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Much love and bye-bye.